Okay, what we have here is question 28c of the 2015 CSSA Trial General Mathematics paper. It says a new company, James Inc., was launched in 2014, providing antivirus and hacking detection systems. They offered free registrations to the first 400 customers. In that year, the number Y of registered users over n months was represented by the formula. Before you start, you should recognize what that represents. It's an exponential function, so you should know, I mean, you can see as you go further down, you're going to have to plot some points and draw a graph, so you should know that the graph is going to look like that, that shape, okay? And it's a positive one, just so that you've got an idea when you're plotting the points in, if it doesn't make that sort of shape, you've done something wrong, you can go back and correct it. But anyway, it says, given y equals 400 when n equals 0, find the value of a in the equation. Now, that is a simple case of just basic substitution. And look, it's just another example of a wordy question, but the mathematics is basic. So in this case, given y equals 400, so you substitute 400 in, is equal to a lots of 2 to the power of 0. Now, anything to the power of 0 is 1. Therefore, a equals 400. Done. 1 mark. Okay, what does a represent in this situation? Okay, a represents the number of free registrations issued. Okay, in this example, because it says they offered free registrations to find the first 100 customers. So that's what a represents. So a represents the number of free registrations used. Okay, so what that means is once the registrations are greater than 400, people then have to start paying. Okay, so in this case, A represents the number of free registrations. Okay, complete the following table. Now this is just basic calculator work. So over here, we know that's our function. So we know our formula basically is, I'll just write that here. So we worked out A is 400, so we can say Y equals 400 lots of 2 to the n. Okay. Now to find out this value here, you just substitute 6 into that formula. So 400, you can see that. 400 lots of 2 to the power of 6, close bracket, equals, that's it, 25,600. And then the same for this one, 400 to the power of 10 this time, close bracket, equals, so 409,600. Okay, so there are those 2 points found. Yeah, over the page, it says sketch the values from the table on the grid below. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to keep flipping the pages here. So we know when 0, 400, so we go, now we've got to work out what our scale is. I mean, that's very important. It'll make life a lot easier. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 200,000 divided by 10 is 20,000. So that means that each little grid is going up by 20,000. So 400 will obviously be extremely, extremely close to the horizontal axis. Okay. When n equals 2, y equals 1,600. So once again, it's going to be, it needs to be underneath that first grid. Okay, and it's the nature of the exponentials. That is really flat to begin with, and it should take off. When n equals 4, we have 6,400. That's still underneath that first grid. Okay. When sorry, when n equals 6, we have 25,600. So now that one is above that first grid line. So we mark the point just above, not too far above because it's not. When n is 8, we have a value for y of 102,400. So 102,400. So basically, I've got to find where 100,000 is. So it's, if each one's 20,000, I got by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just above that, just marginally above that fifth line. When n equals 10, we worked out that it's 409,600. So 409,000, so 10, we've got 400,000 here. It's just above that dark grid line there and underneath the first one in that slot there. Okay. And when n equals 12, we have a value of 1,638,400. So 1,638,000. So 12. Well, you know, it's going up by 20,000. So it'll just be under that, just fractionally under that second one there. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. Now I'm happy with that shape. That is an exponential. Because of the scale, it looks like it's going through the origin, but it's not. It's just because of the scale. I mean, if you magnify it, you'd see that's above the horizontal. So now it's just a case of neatly and carefully joining the dots with a curve. Whatever you do not use a ruler. There is nothing straight about an exponential, and people do lose marks when they use a ruler to join the dots in this situation. And the reason they lose marks is because it indicates that they don't quite understand what an exponential function is. An exponential function is a curve. Okay, so even this one here, it's quite far away. Should not use a ruler. Just freehand up to the point. And you should use a pencil really, but in case you make a mistake. I like to go past the points and put an arrow. Label it 400. And that is your exponential function. Okay, part 5. Use your graph to find the approximate time it took to pass 800,000 registered users. Now you should use a ruler to do this, and all you need to do is go up to 800,000. Okay, there. Make sure you go vertically straight down. Okay, so what you've got here, halfway will be 11 months. It does say find the approximate time. It took approximate time. It took to pass 800,000. So to pass 800,000, according to this graph, I'd say approximately 11 months.